10 scary but true facts about North Korea. Perhaps the most notorious nation in the history of the world is modern-day North Korea. The northern cousin of South Korea is nothing like its southern cousin, being viciously controlled by dictator after dictator for decades on end. While many of the hardships that North Koreans endure is public knowledge, leader Kim Jong-Un does a fairly decent job at keeping much of the negativity a secret to most people. However, various visitors and leaks, plenty of horrific truths have come to light regarding the nation. Welcome to Toporo. Toporo is where we count down the best and leave out the rest. Today, we're going to look at 10 scary but true facts about North Korea. So, let's get started. Number 10. Poverty. In terms of economics, North Koreans endure plenty of hardships due to the nation's doctrine of self-sufficiency. What little wealth that is accumulated is passed directly to the top, with the everyday citizen often left to scrounge up crumbs for themselves. The majority of the country's funds come from selling fake US currency, meth, cigarettes, and weapon parts to terror groups. Number 9. Dictators. For more than 70 years, North Korea has been under a dictator's rule and has been known as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. During these 70-plus years, the nation has seen only 3 leaders, all of which have been extremely vile and cruel toward their citizens. They have all been generational as well, as current leader Kim Jong-Un took over after his father Kim Jong-il's death, and prior to that death of Il's father, Kim Il-sung, who founded the nation's republic. During their rule, North Korea has seen little to no advancement as a nation, and regularly refused to ally or even interact with any other nations. Number 8. Military. Little is known about the North Korean military. However, the US State Department currently estimates their numbers to be in the 1 to 1.2 million range, stationed heavily at the capital of Pyongyang and the DMZ, the border between North and South Korea, alone. There are a ton of rumors regarding forced military service in the country, including that any men under the age of 60 are forced into the army. The fact that most estimates place the entirety of the North Korean army to be around 6 million strong would support this rumor, it seems. Number 7. Media kidnappings. While North Korea likes to pretend to be self-sufficient and proud, their leaders are notoriously jealous of the pop culture of the more developed nations of the world. This is made evident by the kidnappings in the 1970s of South Korean actress Cho Eun-hyo and her film director husband Shin Sang-ok. The two were brought to North Korea against their will and tortured into making over 20 films for North Korean consumption, but managed to escape after enduring 8 long years in captivity. Number 6. Cannibalism. In the 1990s, the United Nations estimated that north of 2 million North Koreans passed away due to strange government farming practices, as well as natural flooding. This has reportedly continued to grow as a trend, and Asian media has reported recently that the hardships caused by these situations has caused some citizens to resort to cannibalism of the elderly and weak in order to simply have food to survive on. Are you feeling lucky about where you live right about now? We definitely are. Some of these facts are pretty cringeworthy. Let's find out the other scary North Korean facts on this list. Number 5. Nuclear capabilities. North Korea has never been one to play by the rules. They regularly disregard international law against the development of nuclear weapons and conduct weapons tests on a regular basis. They have also publicly tested nuclear weapons at least 5 times, with one of them having been claimed by the North Korean media to be a hydrogen bomb. This is a debated statement, but regardless of the truth, the fact is that the nation has skirted the demands of developed nations and continues to ramp up their nuclear arsenal. The worst part of all this is due to the secrecy of the North Korean regime. No one truly knows just how many nuclear weapons they have, nor how successful they've been in developing them. Number 4. Missile tests. While the speculated nuclear powers of the nation are certainly a hot topic, so are their tests of their missile program that dates all the way back to the 1970s, named the Taepyeong-2. The North Korean missiles are lauded by their military leaders and media, and the nation regularly tests their fate by launching missile tests into Japanese waters. It is verified that these long-range missiles now have the capability to reach the United States, meaning they could hit most any vulnerable country that is perceived as a threat to North Korea's perceived sovereigns. Number 3. Leaders' lies. While most of what comes from North Korea is perceived to be at the very least a stretch of the truth, if not a complete fabrication, the leaders of North Korea are notorious for stating some pretty staggering feats of themselves. For example, current leader Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il, once stated that the first time he played golf, he hit 11 consecutive hole-in-ones. He was also adamant that he bowled a perfect 300 game the first time he bowled. Beginner's luck is definitely a thing, but even that sounds like pretty inaccurate reporting. Number 2. Assassinations. Over the course of the reign of North Korea's dictators, plenty of the rivaling nations have attempted to remove the family in power through political assassinations. One such example is that of the Malaysian government, who successfully disposed of Jong-un's half-brother, Kim Jong-un. 2 Malaysian female agents were able to successfully assassinate the man using a nerve agent slipped to him at Kuala Lumpur Airport in Malaysia. Number 1. Concentration camps. Some of the worst stories of World War II involved stories from inside cruel concentration camps. Unfortunately, concentration camps are still a very real reality in North Korea, with roughly 200,000 prisoners currently enduring them. These camps have electrified fences, absolutely no human rights, and the suffering of those within them is nearly unimaginable. Another huge issue with the camps is malnutrition. It is estimated that nearly half of those imprisoned within them end up passing away from lack of substantial food and water. Now that you've learned some of the shocking truths regarding North Korea, what are your thoughts? Will we ever see a civilized nation to the north of South Korea in our lifetime? Or will the vicious dictator family continue to rule heavily on their citizens? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and get notified for more. This is Toporo, and we're out.